friends, as asked by some students to post a video in English medium on the topic realism, which I have posted yesterday in Hindi. So I am going to post it in English. So English medium students can be benefited from this. Okay? And those who are interested, so Hindi video is also there on YouTube. You can search and go through it. So it is realism. Now we start. Realism is a such type of philosophy of education which has changed the education in a systematic way. The contours of education. What does contour mean? Contour means up and downs. So contours of land is related with the mountains, valleys. So like that, the contour of education has been changed by realism. So realism sees the external world as real world. No, not a world of fantasy. What you think, what you imagine, that is not the real world. The external world which you see and which you can touch, which you can visualize no, which you can see, touch with your sense organs, you can feel. So that is the real world. So Swami Ramdev has defined that realism means a belief or a theory which looks upon the world as it seems to us to be a mere phenomena. It means the world is like what we see, what we observe around us. That is the realism. That is the world for us. So realist philosophers assume that the world, what we see, is the real world. So they try to track the philosophical spectrum of Aristotle, who was interested in particular facts of life, against Plato, who was interested in abstractions and generalities. So Plato was thinking about abstractions, abstract things, but Aristotle was his guru, but he thought of the world, real objects. He believed in real objects of the world, what we see around us. So Aristotle is rightly called the father of realism. So who is the father of realism? When the question will be asked, you will have to write that Aristotle is the father of realism. So I am underlining it. Father of realism. Okay. So one question you get here. So it is about who is the father of realism. Saint Thomas Aquinas and Comenius infused realistic spirit in religion. They also infused the realistic spirit in religion. So realism is a philosophy which is not related with the ideas or spiritual things. In it, whatever we see, it is a philosophy, so it does not believe in ideas, imaginations, what is inside your mind. No, it believes in what is outside the world, what is real, what is actual, what is existing, what is visible. It indicates those things or events which exist in the world, which we can see, which we can touch. So it opposes the things or events which are imaginary or fictitious. It holds the view that knowledge acquired through senses. So what are the senses? Sense organs. We have 5 sense organs: eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin. So whatever we get knowledge through these 5 sense organs, that is the real. We observe, perceive through our senses is real and true entity of the world. They say this is the real world which we perceive or observe through our sense organs. It says that physical world is objective, it is real, it is factual, where personal feelings and desires, which are secondary and subjective. So they believe in objective world, not subjective things. So that is why philosophy is also known as, it is also called objectivism. So when question will be asked what is objectivism in educational philosophy, you can say it is realism. Aristotle, generally regarded as the father of realism, so along with Aristotle, the other realist philosophers were John Locke, Erasmus, Rabelais, Comenius, Bertrand Russell, Francis Bacon, Milton. They, these are the protagonists or torch-bearer of realism. So realism is associated with these philosophers who have given their thought up on this philosophy. So in education, what is realism? Realism, what realism thinks about education? Realism thinks that education is preparation for life. It equips the child with the education which makes him or which prepares him, which trains him to face the realities of life with courage so that they can perform various roles as a citizen, as a worker, as a husband, as a housewife, as a member of the group. So it prepares them to face the reality of the life and perform their duties. So education concerns with the problems of the life of the child. So child is in education. This philosophy, the role of education is to prepare the child to face the problems of the life, real problems of the life. So aspects of realistic education or the realism and aim of education are discussed. We will discuss point by point. Preparation for a happy and successful life. First is the most important aim of realistic education है. It prepares the child or learners for happy and successful life. So Franklin Bobbitt, an educationist of America, has given following activities for happiness achieving. So how we can achieve happiness? It has been mentioned by American educationist Franklin Bobbitt. So first is activities related to language. Activities concerned with hygiene. Hygiene is so how we talk with other people. So language is necessary. Hygiene to remain healthy and happy. Citizenship activities to remain in society and do to fulfill social responsibilities, social activities. Leisure activities. So your leisure activities should not be idle. You should be creative. You should pursue your hobbies. So all time you have to be engaged. Religious activities, vocational activities, activities of mental health, activities related to vocational behavior, and activities related to race preservation. So these are the activities which are related with the happiness of a person. So realists believe in such type of education which help in achieving such type of happiness which we have discussed. So realism has four forms. First is humanistic, second is social, third is sense, and fourth is neo-realism. So we will see one by one. So what is humanistic realism? Humanistic realism is given by Erasmus. Somewhere Erasmus spelling is written as Erasmus and some it is written as I. So Erasmus, Rabelais and Milton. So humanistic realism says that they say humanistic realists say that education should be realist which can promote human welfare and success. So education should be realist. मतलब realistic. It should be related with real life. It opposes academic education. No cramming, no rote learning, no learning of ethics or language or arts. It is related with the education should give knowledge of things and objects. So not about abstract things. It prescribes language, literature, moral education, moral. Okay, so academic education insists that education should give knowledge about things and objects. So language gives us opportunity to express ourselves. Language and literature. Through language and literature we know and we express our knowledge or feelings. So but language, literature and moral education are subjects of study, no doubt, but they are the secondary subjects, main subjects of. But humanistic realism, in real realism, these subjects are in secondary place, but humanistic realism, we are talking about humanistic realism, they give more importance to language, literature, moral education as main subjects. Because why? Because they are humanistic. Objective realism, it is not objective, it is humanistic. So it is related with human values, human behavior, human feelings. And then physiology, also about human body, anatomy, agriculture and sculpture as subsidiary subject of study for children. So you should be careful while answering the question, because these subjects are main subjects in humanistic realism. But as we move forward, we will see that such subjects are secondary, language, literature. So let us move forward and see. So it should be kept in mind that humanistic realism gives importance to language, literature, physiology, hygiene, like subjects. Then it comes social realism. Social realists oppose academic and bookish knowledge and advocated education should promote working efficiency of men and women in the society, because we have to live in society and we have to work there so that society can improve, and so thereby we can also improve. So education aim is making human life happier. So here happier and successful. So to become happy and successful, it is necessary to increase work efficiency. So their suggested curriculum should include, see the curriculum, subjects are changing. What was in humanistic is not in social realism. So it is history, geography, law, diplomacy, warfare, so all are related with society, arithmetic. When you go to social interaction, lending, transaction, when you do, so you have to know the arithmetic, dancing, gymnastic, etc. For the development of social qualities. So you see all the subjects involve society. It has to be studied for groups. So it is useful. When you study history, you can relate past from present. When you read geography, you can travel and know about the places, or you can do social install factories or whatever. So you have to know the geographical condition of that place. You have to know the law to maintain the law and order. You have to be diplomat while handling the social relations. You have to know the warfare, arithmetic, dancing and gymnastics. That's what hobby or for social recreation, health. So further, with a view to making education practical and useful, realists stress upon traveling, tour and observation. So what is the method? So method of learning or teaching was travel, tour and observation and direct experience. So when you travel, when you tour, when you see the things, you observe the things and you have direct experience. John Locke advocated education through mother tongue. So John Locke was realist philosopher who said that education should be given in mother tongue or and lively method of teaching with stimulates which motivate the student and create interest in the children. So the method of teaching should be lively. What is lively method of teaching? So there should be interactive. Child should take part in the classroom activities. So this will make the classroom lively. As an individualist, he believed that the mind of a child is clean slate on which only experiences right. So John Locke was the opinion that child's mind is a clean slate on which his experiences make impression and it remain there. So we have for naturalism, in naturalism, when we read naturalism, one thing was there that is called tabula rasa. I am writing here because when I love everything. So tabula rasa. What is tabula rasa mean? Tabula rasa also means clean slate. So child naturalist, especially Rousseau, believe that child's mind is like a clean slate. So whatever you write there, it will be imprinted forever. Here also John Locke said that child's mind is clean slate and in it he said in it his experiences right. Okay. Then Ratke said that senses are gateways of knowledge and advocated following maxims. So one thing at a time. Ratke said that sense organs are gateway of knowledge. So child learns through his sense organs. So what he should do? One thing at a time. So many things not at a time, so that child will be confused and he will not be able to learn. Follow nature here also. So he has to follow nature and learn from there. Repetition. Whatever is good or whatever interesting has to be repeated. What he learns, if it is likewise applied, it will be repeated. Or teachers should also repeat so that children can learn easily. Importance on mother tongue. Whatever is taught, anything taught in mother tongue is more understandable for children. No rote learning, no cramming. So they have to learn by observing, by doing, by following the nature. Sensory knowledge. The knowledge should be from sense organs. So we have discussed all things. Now the last one is neo-realism. So what is the neo-realism? The positive contribution of neo-realism is its acceptance of the methods and result of modern development in physics. So neo-realism believes in new concepts developed in physics. It believes that rules and procedures of science are changeable from time to time according to conditions of prevailing circumstances. So Whitehead said that organism is formed by consciousness and unconsciousness, the movable and immovable things. Whitehead said कि organism is formed by consciousness and unconsciousness, movable and immovable things. And Bertrand Russell said कि sensory development of the thought. So all are have stressed on different points. Okay, so he favored the analytical method of classification. Bertrand Russell has favored analytical method of and classification. This is the method of teaching which are said by different philosophers in different types of realism. So you have to learn that what neo-realism says or what humanistic says, what social realism says. He assigned no place to religion and supported physics to be included as one of the foremost subjects of study. So religion as a subject has been not approved by neo-realist philosophers. Aims of education. So, what is the aim of education? First, preparation for good life. The main aim of realistic education was to prepare the child to lead a happy and good life. So, happiness is stressed, emphasized. So, education enables child to solve his problems in life. If child is able to solve the problems of his life, then he will be happy. So, happiness will come automatically and his life will be successful. So leading good life takes for important things self-preservation, self-determination, self-realization and self-integration. So happy and good life creates more qualities in a person. Preparation for a real life of material world. Realists believe that external material world is the real world. So, which we know through our senses. They believe that. So the aim of education is to prepare the child for real life of material world. So third is development of physical and mental powers. So aim of education is to enable the child to solve the life problems, different life problems using the faculty of mind and in mind in so faculty of minds include what? Intelligence, discrimination and judgment. Intelligently we can solve the problems of life, discriminate between the problems which are more important, which are less important, and his judgment, what is good, what is bad for him. Next is development of senses. Realists thought that development of senses is sine qua non for realization of material world. So it means कि sense development is essential for the realization of the material world. Therefore, aim of education is to help the development of senses. So that sense can develop by experience the various type of environment, various type of events that will develop the senses properly, acquainting with the external nature and social environment. This realistic education insists the child to know the nature and social environment for successful life. Imparting vocational knowledge and skill. Aim of education of realist education is to provide vocational knowledge, information and skill to make the child vocationally efficient for meeting the problems of livelihood. So realists said that education should be such that it will prepare the child so that he can adopt any vocation for his livelihood. Every child should be able to earn his livelihood, so he must learn some vocation while studying. Development of character. Realistic education aims at development of character for leading a balanced and successful life, stress-free life, enabling the child to adjust with an environment. Realist education aim enabling the child to adapt his surroundings. He has learned to adjust with the surroundings. So who adopt the new environment or surrounding easily is called intelligent. So realism emphasizes on intelligence development of the child. Curriculum of realism. Realism's curriculum includes those subjects or activities which would prepare the children for daily life, day-to-day life. As such, they thought it proper to give primary place to nature. So, realists give primary place first to learn nature so that they can observe and experience and learn. Then science. First, primary importance is given to nature. So nature, then science, then vocational subjects, And secondary, I had said na, in secondary place they have given arts, literature, biography, philosophy, psychology and morality. But humanist realism said no, these subjects are given more important. So that was humanist realism. And realists in general give more importance to nature, science and vocational subjects which are objective, which they can observe and experience, and secondary place to art, literature, biography, philosophy, psychology and morality. Besides, they have laid stress on teaching of mother tongue. Teaching of mother tongue means teaching in mother tongue. Okay? As the foundation of all development, because when we teach a child in mother tongue, more he will be able to understand more. So it is necessary for reading, writing and social interaction, but not for literary purposes. So mother tongue is necessary for reading, writing and social interaction when you talk with each other. But literary purpose, when you have to write in language and literature and grammar, then it will not serve the purpose. So curriculum of realism includes science, vocational subjects, nature and as a primary subject, and arts, literature, biography, psychology, philosophy, morality as secondary subject. Subjects of study. What were the subjects of study according to realists? They prescribed to include science subject. So science subject includes physics, chemistry, biology, astrology, physiology. Okay, and vocational subjects which make the child to earn his livelihood. So realism recommends study of handicraft, farming. Okay, in the curriculum because it prepares a learner for practical life to earn their livelihood. Utilitarian subjects. So what were the subjects which are contemporary subjects in curriculum for facilitating individual and social life of learners? So such subjects should be taught so that they can become a good citizen, a good social person. Language study, realism gives importance to language study in curriculum and prefer mother tongue as medium of instruction. Mother tongue. Okay. The language study facilitates learner in it. We have seen earlier reading, writing, conducting all types of social interaction. Practical studies, realism lays stress on inclusion of reading, writing, drawing, geography, mathematics with additional physical activities in curriculum. So physical activities so that they remain healthy, and when they are healthy, they will be happy. Methods of teaching. Realists favor the principle of observation and experience. So students are allowed to observe the nature, experience the things of nature to gain knowledge, and they are allowed to explore the external world to observe and experience. So they are encouraged to use audio-visual aids. Audio-visual aids are allowed so that they can experience or observe education as they would develop sensory powers in their children. So when they see, so their seeing, listening power will develop. Children would have feel of reality through them. They will observe and feel of reality through them. Suppose they are taught about valleys, and the valleys are shown through audio visual aids, so they will feel the reality of the valleys. So realists also encourage the use of lecture method, discussion method, symposium, Socratic and inductive method. So what is Socratic method? Socratic method is known as question answer method. Socratic method is known as question answer method. So Socratic method was question answer method in which there is direct interactions between teacher and taught. Inductive methods I have taught you earlier also. So inductive method is in studying each text, each item and then making a general rule. So student will learn, study every case, each and every case, then they will generalize the result. So suppose I have mentioned an example of solar system. So they will how inductive method of teaching works. So student will learn all planets, Earth moves around the sun, Jupiter moves around the sun, Saturn moves around the sun, Mercury moves around the sun. So they learn all planets move around the sun. Then what the general how they can generalize it? They will generalize all planets move around the sun. So what will they do? They will learn examples, then form rule. First examples, then form rule. So they will go from particular to general. Okay. So they will go particular to general. Particular to general is called inductive method. Then memorization is also recommended, but they don't advocate rote learning, but early stage when children are small, memorization is advocated or recommended. Besides learning by traveling, also suggested. So learning by traveling. When you travel, you learn more. You see many things and you observe and experience. So learning will be developed. The maxims of teaching are proceed from easy to difficult. First state the easy things, then difficult. Simple to complex. First simple things are narrated, then complex. So first addition, subtraction are taught, then multiplication and division are taught. Known to unknown. So first known things are shown, then unknown things are explained. Definite to indefinite. So whatever the maxims of teaching are today, these were being practiced in realism. So definite to indefinite. Concrete to abstract. First, so the students concrete things, then they will imagine and then. So learning geometry will help the architect to make the design. So that is concrete to abstract. Particular to general, that is inductive. So particular case, they will learn each case, then after learning each case, they will generalize. So in addition to this, realists give importance to principle of correlation. So correlation of knowledge or correlation of events. So all correlation between two happenings. Suppose height and weight. So height increases, then weight will also increase. So there is positive correlation. If intelligence and leg rising, good marks and leg rising. So if students rise late, then marks will decline. So there is negative relation between late rising and good marks. So this is called correlation. Such type of things are taught to the students. So maxims were, which maxims we are using today? Easy to difficult, simple to complex, known to unknown, definite to indefinite, concrete to abstract, particular to general. Along with it, they have to learn or principle of correlation also. And So inductive method I have explained. Inductive method of teaching enables the learner to generalize the truth from particular. So particular to general. It encourages construction of knowledge from particular to general. Now the deductive method. Deductive method is general to particular. General to particular. So deductive method will be general to particular. What will happen here? Here rule A. मतलब first rule is said, then example is given. So it is deductive method. So I will remove it. So in deductive method, what will happen in our example? We have said all planet, we have discussed each planet. Then we generalize that all planets move around the sun. In deductive method, what will happen? First we say all planets move around the sun. Then we will take one by one. Earth is the planet. Earth will move around the sun. So conclusion will come like this. So it is general to particular. So it encourages the construction of knowledge from general to particular. It is important for small children, and inductive method is important for higher level of study. In children who study in higher classes can understand and use inductive method, and the children who are small who memorize the facts, they can use deductive method, or teacher can use deductive method for small children. Observation method. What is observation method? In this technique, education from direct experience, so that your senses are involved in learning process. So it will strengthen your mind, knowledge and experience of. So when you learn through observation, you will have to see the things minutely, you have to observe particularly, and then you have to learn. Experimental method realism recommends to give emphasis on learning of science subjects through experimental method. In science, without experiment, you cannot learn anything. So the laboratory is necessary. So experimental method is suggested because science is given much importance in realism. Field trip. Realism is in favor of learning by direct experiences. So field trip, excursion, tour are recommended, and it discourages rote learning and bookish knowledge. So field work is necessary. So field work facilitates students to classroom learning with real world objects. So whatever taught they go and see. Suppose they are taught about dams, and when they are taken to dam, they will learn more vividly, more clearly. And now the question is discipline. About discipline, what type of disciplines realists believe? Realists are not advocating the discipline which is suppressed or which is strictly implemented by teachers. They advocate self-discipline to make good adjustment in external environment. So they say that virtues can be inculcated with understanding the realities of physical world. Children need to be disciplined to become a part of world around them and understand the reality. They stress on discipline, but they say they have to learn it self-discipline. So they are not in favor of they want discipline through natural and social procedures. So discipline is of type impressionistic and emancipated. So discipline should be learned through seeing the teachers. So if they have to, teachers have to be disciplined. or they have to learn discipline from the nature. So self-discipline the learners by controlling their feelings, desires, and perform duties. So self-discipline can be administered through controlling the feelings of the learners. Realism tells teacher to treat learners with affection and sympathy. So teachers are said to have affection, to be affectionate and sympathetic towards the students, so that and give the considerable freedom to learners, so that moral and religious education for that moral and religious education were recommended for discipline, inculcating the discipline in the children. Realism and teachers. So realism was in favor of training of teachers. Teachers should be trained before they involve in teaching, like today. So BEd is necessary for teaching. Realism believes that teachers should have full knowledge of subject matter, psychology of learners. It is most important that teachers should know the psychology of learners, child psychology. They have to know. They must know the individual difference. They must know about the adolescence periods problems. So teachers should be full knowledge of the subject matter, psychology, and the scientific way of delivering education. The teacher must encourage the learners to observe and experiment the natural objects, so that learners will be able to find out new facts. Because if all learners see the nature, their perspective will be different. They will find the different aspect of the nature. So they should inform learners about the scientific discoveries, inventions, and researchers in different fields of knowledge. Under the realistic school, teacher must be a scholar. Teacher should be a scholar, and his duty is to guide the children towards the hardcore realities of life. He must expose them. So teachers should expose the children to the problems of life. What type of problems in life comes, or what type of problems in the world are there. The teacher should discuss this with the children. The teacher should have full knowledge of content and needs of the children. He should present the content in a lucid and intelligible or an interesting way by employing scientific and psychological methods, so that children become interested in learning. And teachers should inspire the students to undertake close observation and experimentation for finding out the new facts and principles. Moreover, teacher should himself engage in research activities. Teacher should continue his studies. He must go on studying, so that he can give new knowledge to students. He should be aware of the current discoveries and current scenario of the world to discuss with the children. Teacher, in order to be good and effective, he should be trained before going to the field of teaching. School. Realists view that school is essential, as it looks like a mirror of society, reflecting its real picture of state of affairs. So school is the mirror. The realists believe that school is the mirror of society, which reflects the real picture. It is the school which provides fullest development of child in accordance with his needs and aspirations. So child's full development is possible only in a school, and through vocational knowledge it makes the child to it prepares the child to earn his livelihood. According to Comenius, the school should be like the lap of mother, full of affection, love, and sympathy. School should not be cruel. Child should not fear, should not be afraid of going to school. He should not be scared of the school. So it should be affectionate like mother's lap, and there should be love and sympathy for them. Schools are true for going places of Man. Realism provides new light and wisdom. It produces remarkable change in the principles and practices of education. It should be mentioned that in the realm of Indian philosophy, the doctrine of realism has been pronounced since the times of Vedas. On the other hand, notions of realism is visible in the thoughts of Buddhism and Jainism also. So that's all about the realism. So in Hindi and in English, both language, I have presented the realism. Then I will bring next video on pragmatism. That will be also in Hindi and English both. So that's all. Thank you.